Hi, welcome back to my channel. I would say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon what time zone you're in or when you plan on watching this. So today for my channel, in the last video, I did an unboxing of some of the new things that I got from Louis Vuitton, on top of the things that I got to add some little flair to my vintage collection. So then it got me thinking, maybe I should continue on my vintage collection, or showing you guys my vintage collection by showing you guys my full line of the Trousse toiletry bags, which I absolutely love. And you guys are in luck because I actually was able to snag the last piece I needed in order to complete the line. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox the new edition, show you that, and then I will re-unbox the old edition as well as show you the rest of the entire line. So without further adu, we are going to go ahead and unbox this. So in my previous video, I definitely mentioned that, I mentioned that Japan has a very exquisite pre-love market, especially when it comes to vintage Louis Vuitton, vintage Chanel, vintage Hermes, vintage Yves Saint Laurent. And so, of course, with the lockdown and all of my time is now available to sit on the couch and surf the internet and just keep shopping for vintage pieces. That's kind of sort of what I did. So I have this unnerving habit to where if I buy something in the line of Louis Vuitton and I have the ability to get the rest of the line, I kind of sort of go on this hunt to get the rest of the line, and I can't stop until I do. As just probably the reason why I have multiples of things in my collection, which I didn't think I needed, but I did. So anywho, that also ties into this. So I first got the Trousse. First one I got was the Trousse 28, which I loved because I love traveling and I like being able to compartmentalize a lot of things, especially in my carry-ons and my my duffel bags that I usually carry. So I first bought the Trousse 28, which I thought was amazing. I was able to fit every little piece of my toiletries in my bag, and then that fits into my carry-on. So whenever I'm doing quick weekend trips, I'm able to quickly grab that, toss it in my bag, and go. But I felt like the 28 was a little bit too big for like everyday use or for smaller trips. So I then started researching and found the Trousse 23, which I thought was, okay, works out pretty nice. It's a great for an overnight bag. It's great to toss in some little bit of toiletries to get me through a night and be able to take that and toss it in my bag or my purse, or perhaps take some stuff to the gym and put that in there so I can take a shower afterwards. But then, thinking and doing even more research, I then found the Trousse 18, which is even smaller than the 23, of course, because the number is smaller. But I bought this because I really wanted something else that I could easily put, like a quick toothbrush, some chargers, just something to make it more compartmentalized in all of my bags. I really love the compartmentalization that I have and the flexibility I have, especially with all of the toiletry bags or the small SOGs that I get. It just makes it a lot easier for me to dedicate a piece of luggage or an SLG for that one specific thing. So like I showed you guys in my other video, for the Kirigami, I use the middle size as my external hard drive carrier. So that is my external hard drive case. So that way I don't get into the habit of carrying multiple external hard drives, which I used to do. And so I used to have like 5 or 6 of them on me at a time. And it was just so heavy, and it made, going on short weekend trips or traveling back to the States just that much more difficult. But so there are a few sellers that I use on eBay Japan. And this is actually coming from one of my favorite sellers. And this is from Diletto, or I think this one is from the Brandwear or the Brand Bear Japan store. So normally whenever I purchase it, because I do live in Japan, I usually get it next day delivery, especially if I purchase it in the morning, before the 3 p.m. cutoff or the 1 p.m. cutoff. I can usually expect to see it the next day, sometime in the morning or sometime in the afternoon. It just depends on whenever the person decides to bring it to my house. But that's the one good thing. It always comes in a very nice neat compartmentalized box. I love compartmentalization. Of course, it normally either comes with Japanese newspaper, or it has bubble wrap inside of it, or I get the super big bubble wrap. It's not like the little pieces of bubble wrap, but the one huge piece that, you know, is like really for glass and stuff. So it comes with that. Thankfully, I was able to find this one, which also comes with the dust cover. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and finish opening up the rest of this, which is part of the reason why I chose this one. I think I ended up paying a little over $200 for it USD. But I chose to get this particular one from this particular seller because it's a seller that I know, a seller that I've used multiple times before, and it also comes with dust cover. So sometimes with some of the vintage pre-loved items you get, you're not always going to get the dust cover, which sucks because then you have to figure out how to get a dust cover, spend lots more money in order to get a dust cover, and then just makes things 10 times more difficult. So the Trousse 18, it came with its own dust cover. It came wrapped in bubble wrap. It came wrapped in newspaper in order to protect it and make sure it is as well protected in transit as possible. Something else I've noticed with a lot of the Japanese resellers is they also tend to stuff the insides. In particular, if it's an SLG, if it's a purse, if it's a bag, if it's anything that has an empty cavern on the inside, you're usually going to see something put on the inside, so that way it maintains its shape and shipping. That's just like the one thing that I've found that Japanese resellers are far above and beyond anybody else, is the amount of courtesy and customer care. I've never personally spoken to the company. I've always just purchased things online, but the amount of care that goes in the packages always makes me feel more confident and comfortable purchasing things online on eBay in order to be able to get them in a timely manner. As a lot of people know, or a lot of people don't know, it is actually illegal in Japan to get caught selling counterfeit goods. So that's another thing that I find is that gives me that comfort level, especially since I am not only purchasing, but I'm also receiving the goods in Japan. That's that extra layer of protection for the consumer. So if I were to get a piece that was counterfeit, which I have a sales associate in Tokyo, which I would take my things to and have her verify and do authenticate the piece. If it is found to be counterfeit, that company can be shut down and face severe penalties and jail time. So that's one of the perks of living in Japan and living and receiving my goods in Japan, is I have that extra level of protection, I feel. So the 18, it is absolutely adorable. I think this is absolutely so cute. I can't wait to actually use it and put more things inside of it. But it comes like the normal Trousse. It has your one big pocket on the side, the huge cavern in the middle, and then the sides actually have an elastic strap, which is supposed to be used to, you know, hold on to bottles or anything else that you might need. You can just put it on the side right there, and it's protected on the side. Not really that well, but if it was bigger, it would be. But you could put it right there, and it would be protected right there. So I like the 18. I think it's going to be a great addition to my collection, especially since this is something, I wanted something that was more compact and something I could use every single day. And I think this was a great purchase. This is going to be a great addition to my collection, especially on my SLGs. So now, without further ado, I'm going to finish talking about the Trousse line, the other two sizes. So we're going to put the 18 over there. So you have your 23. So I like the 23 because, like I said, this is great for an overnight trip. I use the 23 a lot, especially when I'm doing like weekend trips to Tokyo, or if I'm just going to hop on a train one night or hop on a plane and like let's say go do like 36 hours in Seoul, and I'm doing carry-on only. Or if I was only taking one bag, one change of clothes, and I really only anticipated needing to shower and do all my other stuff maybe once or twice. So again, this is similar. Great big cavernous hole in the middle, which fits a lot of things that you would not think it would fit, but it fits a lot. It fits my toothbrush, it fits razors, it fits my portable lotions, soaps, face wash, mouthwash, floss. If I did use makeup, it would fit all my makeup. It fits my lip gloss. It fits my my lip balm. It fits hand cream, face cream, body cream. This bag really fits everything I need for 24 to 48 hours. So you have your big cavernous hole. You have your one big pocket on the side right there. So you have your big hole, your pocket, and you also have your elastic straps for your bottles or anything else like that. So one of the good things about this line is I haven't really found a problem with the liners of these. With this one, with the 28, I did have a problem with the liner, and I did go take it in for a repair. So I'll talk about that later on when I go actually talk about this one. But for most of them, I've been able to find them all at reasonable prices, and I've been able to find them all in very good shape. Most of them do not have any wear or tear on the inside. Most of them are not peeling, which Louis Vuitton vintage items are known for peeling on the inside, especially with the plastic. And most of the zippers are pretty intact. So that's one of the other pluses about being able to shop vintage and having that absolute perfect vintage line or vintage market in Japan is I've been able to find things at a cheaper price than what they were originally, and I'm able to find things that Louis Vuitton no longer makes. And I've been able to find them in very good condition. Most Japanese people take very good care, especially when they're spending hundreds of dollars or hundreds of thousands of yen or tens of thousands of yen on luxury goods. So that's also one of the reasons why Japan is one of the best markets for pre-loved luxury goods. So now we're going to talk about the 28. So the 28, I got this baby about 6 to 9 months ago. Again, from not the same seller as the 18, but the same seller as the 23, which I believe was Brand Street Tokyo, which is also one of the resellers I use on eBay. And this came with its own dust cover. It came with its original box. It came with an original receipt. The only downside I had to this bag or this toiletry case was the liner. The liner was complete garbage. Which is probably the reason why I got it for the price that I did with everything that it came with. So again, with the original box, which Louis Vuitton doesn't have this box anymore, but it came with this original box. It also came with its original dust cover, the old one where they used to actually stitch or embroider the LV symbol on there. So, so you have that one. And then apart from all of that, the externals of this was in immaculate condition. Nothing, it pretty much kept its shape for as old as it is. This came out in the 80s before I was even born. But this bag was in immaculate condition. I had no chips, no wears, no tears. I mean, look at that. This bag is over 20 years old, and this zipper looks like it's not even a day over like 2 months. This looks like this bag was like probably never ever used. So the issue I had with this, of course, and I think it was due to the fact that the person that had this probably never used it. So it never got a chance to actually breathe or get out of the bag or get a chance to actually like see some sun or like actually be used functionally, which is probably the reason why this was in such a pristine condition. But the internals of this actually was peeling like most typical vintage bags do from Louis Vuitton. And so I bought this bag. I think I paid less than $200 USD again. I'd have to go back and look at my previous transactions, but I paid less than $200 USD. And so I knew I was going to take a risk, but I also knew that my sales associate in Tokyo would not fail me. So I bought this bag and I immediately took it to Louis Vuitton and said, I need you to replace the interior. Can that be done? And my sales associate gave me the look like, ugh, you're back again. Okay. Yes, we can do it. I ended up paying less than $200 to get the interior ripped out and put a new interior in. So that was amazing. And this is actually one of the things that came in my original Louis Vuitton shipment a couple weeks ago, was this repair. I had been waiting on this repair for probably about 2 months now. But due to coronavirus and due to Louis Vuitton actually shutting down, I wasn't able to get my repair as quick as I normally would have, but I was able to get it because my SA shipped it to me. So again, typical Trousse layout. You have your big cavernous part right here. This fits. I literally use this for all of my toiletries when I travel. So I put, normal size toothbrush, normal size toothpaste, normal size any and almost everything in here with the exception of shampoo. I've not put normal size shampoo in here. I do normally put like my normal size face wash and body wash and everything else like that. That normally goes in here. So you have your big cavernous part, which fits a lot of stuff. You have your side pocket, which I normally use for like my smaller items. And by small items, I mean like my little flossers. I might use this for like a small travel size, something that I may have, like a small travel size, like face cream or a face wash. And then for my bigger bottles, for like my body wash, which this is the perfect size to fit my Lush body wash. Which again, like I say, I take this with me whenever I take longer trips, especially like when I go back to the States. So this is actually perfect size for me when I travel for long periods of time. And again, so all in total, this entire piece cost me under $400, including the purchasing it from the reseller and getting it repaired from Louis Vuitton. This piece cost me under $400, which is not how much this went for probably when it first came out. And it's very nice and very compact. And as you can see, essentially everything in this Trousse line can fit into each other. So I can fit my 18 into the 23. And I can fit my 23 into my 28. Why would you ever do this? Heaven knows, but you could. You could do it. You could fit all three of these into one another. I would never do it, but you could if you wanted to, if that was something that you wanted to go for. So yeah, that is my Trousse line. That is my Trousse collection. So you have your 18, which is a perfect size for every day. You have your 23, which is great for overnight trips and like 24 to 48 hours being away from home. And then you have your 28, which fits everything that you need toiletry wise for 2 weeks. I took this on my trip back in December when I went to Greece, Israel, and Egypt, and everything that I needed went into this bag, and there was room to spare. So yeah. So again, thank you for joining my channel. If you like the video, please hit subscribe. My current plan is to try and build up as much content as possible. I've been holding off on starting my YouTube channel. I don't know why, but now I've decided to go ahead and do it. So yeah, go ahead and hit the likes. Go ahead and comment below if you have any of these three. If there's something that I missed out on, or if you know any other great retailers. I'll probably going to go ahead and link below the actual retailers that I use on eBay. Especially my two favorites, which are definitely going to be Brand Street Tokyo is one of my favorites, and Diletto, if I can actually find the links to those. And as always, thank you for joining in.